Okay, yeah. So looking at this chart for Neo, right, guys? So the first thing we're gonna go over is price targets, right? And obviously a lot of us know what support and resistance levels are. But the main thing as we day traders are looking for that I've seen in the group have a lot of trouble is where a solid price target would be as you guys are day trading. Okay, so I'm just on Neo because I've been looking at it in the past. I want to enter this particular trade. And of course, right now I've been reiterating this time over time. Um, I'm a big price action, support and resistance, top down analysis kind of guy. If you see my charts itself, as I'm day trading, which I'll show you later, I don't use any indicators. I just have a few indicators right here, just as a standard feature, pretty much on my larger time frame charts. But as a certain price target, when you guys are trading something like a stock called Neo, right? I did kind of tell you guys that hey, I'm looking for this, above the 36.75 target range right over here, which obviously you can tell that bears have been keeping this level down consistently for the past maybe 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So that kind of tells me already that as soon as we are ready to implode based off and squeeze above here, that is going to be my signal for me to watch this ticker, right? For me to potentially enter as well. I know a few of you guys kind of entered prematurely already. That's fine by me, right? It's always the risk to reward factor that you kind of chase. Obviously, if we do get a squeeze tomorrow and we start, going up, obviously your reward is going to be a lot higher than someone like myself waiting for that signal, right? But for me, the way I saw it was, I think there's a little bit too much risks right now. The broader market itself was just sky high today, and we didn't see Neo. Well, Neo kind of fell back down, right? This is on a daily chart, and then we kind of popped back up a little bit. But based off yesterday's action, it didn't really go anywhere. So I'm a little bit skeptical on seeing how Neo moves into the weekend. Tomorrow is a Friday, so let's just see how that trades. But if it does consolidate like this, that's not going to be good for anyone that's already entered this trade prematurely. And that's what I'm afraid of, which is why I did not enter. But going back into the main criteria of price targets, right? Like I said, on the top down analysis, I'm on a daily chart right now. So each of these candles are, 1 day's worth of price action. And if I see that break above 36.75, right, I can see a note on this on the time frame, right, that we had a lot of sellers again come back in around the 37.57. Okay. Simple support and resistance levels, right? It's not anything that's rocket science, not any messy indicators. It's simple, just we had many sellers push us down here, right? And we had many sellers push it down on this end as well. So if this does break and bulls do succeed to validate this breakout, right, this would be my first price target. Okay. Now, however, if it does trail here, let's say it breaks out, retests, right, like a textbook play, bounces, and then we reach that 37.57, this could be your first price target of where you can scale out of your position or you can completely exit your position, right? I know a lot of the traders here are newer. They get faked out, they get scared, they don't know when to hold. And that's normal, right? And that's just human nature. Even I have it, even the professionals have it. And that's going to be day in, day out. You're going to have that kind of anxiety. But when it does hit that level, though, at least from a larger perspective, you do know that, hey, there was a lot of action, right, around this price. And this should be a signal for me to literally eye this stock like a hawk on the 1 day, 1 minute chart, right? Again, if it does break through, right, we got another breakout retest by textbook, and then we hit my next price target of 38.27, right? Then that's a better indicator that kind of tells you, okay, we are having these price targets to collect profits. If let's just say you collected your first profit here, and then you had runners, and then it actually hit the 38.27 and you went completely out, and then the stock completely ran again, hey, that doesn't matter. You as a trader did that trade phenomenally. Okay, spectacularly. You actually played out your trade the way you wanted to, right? You had these price targets in mind. And this is just basically pure off of using the daily chart, finding support and resistance levels, and using that as a signal to exit or a signal to enter, and vice versa, right? Going into it. Now, the biggest thing too is I think that you guys will probably not ever hear or see, even on YouTube and whatnot, is there's another way to kind of calculate this, right? To have and give yourself a little leeway of understanding particular price targets. For Neo, it's a little bit easier, because if you just take the average, right? And I hope you guys know what average means, right? The average day of how much this stock moves, meaning the top and the bottom of these candlesticks, right? Take all the averages, right? You will know it's about $1.25. Okay. If you take the averages of how this stock moves on the daily basis, in other terms, what we call it is the personality of this stock. Obviously, it's not something like, Tesla, right? Or Apple or anything, where if you look at it right now, the average daily move of Tesla is around 20 to 30 bucks. Okay. So, for a fact, if let's just say you caught Tesla at the bottom, right? Let's go into a smaller time frame, the 5-day, 15-minute, and then let's just say you bought it right here, right? And for a fact that it kind of is like, okay, Tesla is a lot more volatile. It's not going to be like Neo where it moves $1 and then we kind of start consolidating, go sideways all day, right? If it goes $1, we have a lot more volatility in play that you can actually create and capture as a price target, right? So a perfect example, like I said, let's go back to Neo since we were talking about it earlier. You can calculate and just know that each of this is about $1.25 move. If you just add how much this stock kind of moves on a daily basis. And that's one good factor, right? Second is if we go in a smaller time frame, let's just say the 5-day, 5-minute. This isn't so clean as much as a lot of the other stocks that had directional days today. But one method I like to tell everybody is, or I guess like a metaphor or something, is humans have two legs, right? There's always two legs in directional trades. So when you kind of have a bull flag up and then you have that next leg up, right? OCGN was actually a great one. Let's go over that one. Or not, but you have that higher probability that you understand that there is probably not enough gas for this stock to continue a third leg for the day. Remember, these are for day traders, okay? So just like OCGN right here, right? We had that bull flag in the beginning. That was obviously the first leg, right? Like I said, humans have two legs, right? This is the consolidation phase, the flag phase, kind of just getting a little breather. And then we had the second leg. Very rarely we will have, another breather and then a third leg. However, if we do have that third leg, which is why you saw me with the Piton puts before, I alerted, what else was it? Piton puts, Palantir puts. I saw those third legs into the price action, into the stock itself. I knew that even if it was to make a fourth leg, this thing was running out of gas for the day, right? The risk to reward would have been significantly different. This would have been my risk and this would have been my reward if it already made these three legs up, right? So of course, a lot of us are perma bulls, right? We eye stocks and we're just like, oh man, this is got to go up. This has got to go up. So that's going to be a good method for you guys. If you guys see a first leg, right, let that consolidate. Don't be shaken out. Don't be afraid. You see a second leg, right? Of course, trend is your friend sometimes, but when you look at these kind of tickers and you understand that, hey, it already hit the average of how much it moves for the day, it's going to be exhausted for the day. Given if you're in after hours or the day after and we get news or something like that, and then it rallies up, sure, that works. But as a day trader, what we're looking for is specifically the day's average for you to take as a price target and how many legs it has before you try to enter. Let's just say OCGN made that bull flag first, and then you entered right here, right? And then you wanted to capture another leg up. From that leg up, if you did not collect profits at all, right, then you got a little greedy. You should have been able to kind of foresee, go back into this and be like, okay, we already had the first leg, right? On average, we always have around 2 legs because we're all humans, right? So 2 legs for the day already happened. Now, the risk to reward of it not having a third leg is much higher to the downside than the upside. Even if it doesn't just sell off like we do some stocks like Boeing or whatnot, it will just consolidate like this. Okay. And that's what exactly what OCGN did, right? If anything, I think towards the end of the day, it kind of fell off. But that's a prime example. Okay. Going into, let me show you my day trading charts. So this is my other screen and whatnot. So looking at this, right, basic just OCGN. My left side right here is my 1 day, 1 minute chart, and my right side is my 15 minute chart. It's a little bit more cleaner. You can kind of see OCGN, right? Let's just say you entered. You're writing this up. If you're looking at the 1 day, 1 minute chart, obviously it's going to be too quick. You're going to be shaken out. You're going to have a lot of anxiety, period. All right. You look at it more on the 15-minute chart, you know, we had that nice breakout from pre-market highs, which is this green level. I'll go over these three zones after this price target portion, but we had that first leg, right? First leg up, bull flag, second leg up. Fuck it, take some profits, man. Right. And I actually took some profits at $10.26 or something like that off OCGN. It was just common stock, right? Of course, we always trade options and equity a lot different. But as a day trader, like I said, when you see these two legs, it should already be a signal for you to, hey, maybe it's not time for you to chase this, right? And I know there's people that messaged me when I exited. They said, hey, OCGN, huge volume, bro. Like, why'd you get out? You know, this and that, yada, yada, yada. Keep in mind, right? These are all the FOMO traders and FOMO buyers right here. They didn't want to buy the dip yesterday. They didn't want to buy the dip in the morning, right? They're just saying, oh man, now I see buyers here. Now I'm interested, right? As a trader, you got to have that opposite perspective, right? You don't want to be that guy chasing, because what's going to happen is you're going to buy right there, and then this is going to happen, and you're going to be losing money, and you're not going to know what to do. You're going to get emotionally attached to the stock, right? And as a trader, that's really bad, right? Going into Friday, going into the weekend, that's why I hate trading on Fridays, because if, let's just say, you let the emotions take over and you bought near the top, and then you're holding this, now you're thinking to yourself, I don't have a game plan. I don't know when to exit, because now your price target is just completely off. You don't know when to exit. If anything, this should have been your stop loss, because we're making lower lows, right, for the day. So you should have been stopped out here. But this is why I'm telling you, keep an eye on those two legs for you day traders out there. A lot of times, if I do see this big move, right, I'll play the puts on the downside. OCGN, of course, I'm a little bit emotionally attached. I've been in the stock since the $6 for honestly a couple freaking months, I think. And it's been just killing me. So I just kind of want to exit. But of course, OCGN options, not that liquid compared to any other stock. But yeah, so just a little recap, guys, for price targets as you are day trading. I repeat, as you're day trading, take the average, go back into your larger time frame, right? And you should be doing this for all your tickers. I repeat, top-down analysis. Go on a 1 year, 1 day chart at minimum, right? And just calculate how much the stock moves in volatility for the day, right? Simple as that, right? We all know simple math. OCGN about maybe $1.50 here, right? $8 at the top of here, $9.50, right? For this one, $6.97, $7.76. You know, give or take $1.25. So you know from today's action, OCGN has already moved more than that. So you know we're gonna get some exhaustion, right? Yes, you know, today was a nice squeeze, probably based off some news, some skeptics, whatever it is. But still, those average price targets for the day will remain king. You know, they won't do you wrong. All right. This is simple buyers and sellers. It's not going to blow up. In some cases it does, but hey, you can't trade like that. You're trading off of probability, right? We're all probability, looking for the highest probability trades, looking for what is going to be moving in my favor, right? Directional trades, and seeing how well and where I can place my profit target, right? So if you know this, right, at least you know from this first leg up, let's just say you entered OCGN right here, you know that we will likely have a second leg up from this bull flag pattern. So from this, you know, each one of this is 5 minutes, but from this about 30 minutes of consolidation, you shouldn't have been scared, right? You should have had that confidence saying, okay, I'm waiting for that second leg up, right? If, you know, like I said, though, it's not 100%, But you do have like a 80-20% here. So the 80% back to the upside for that second leg, I will take that any day. That makes sense. Let me know if you guys have any questions. That was 15 minutes for the price targets. Okay, great. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this recording, and then I'm gonna record the second